Right. So I was speaking about career progression on Friday, and I kind of covered a number of things. So usually people could just starting out in project management, you could either start from the very beginning, so project support, project coordinator, and things like that, or even an intern, and then you could also be in an established career path and then do a lateral move to project management. That happens quite often. A lot of career switchers that have had 10, 20 years in their career, and then they accidentally get to manage project, and then they enjoy it, and then they just continue. One thing I was also talking about was that sometimes the value of the project you manage will determine or gives a good idea of the level that you're in. So project support project coordinator might not necessarily manage the budget or the funding for a project. So maybe a junior project manager could be managing, I think I said, did I say about 100K, or yeah, they're about 100, less than 200K, let's say. A project manager could then be doing about £1 million, depending on the organization. But yeah, they're about £1 million or less. And that could run over a year, 2 years, 3 years, depending on type of project. And in terms of pay, okay, let me just go ahead. So then senior project manager, or sometimes program managers could be running between a million and up to a million, or up to 3 5 million, depending on the organization again, pounds worth of projects. The bit I really wanted to call out in this today is that it gets to a stage that people get stuck. So you've been a project manager or any of those roles: project manager, scrum master, release train engineer, senior business analyst, change manager. So those roles that I've just called, they're often at the same level. So senior project manager or project manager, depending on the organization, senior business analyst, so managing a number of business analysts, change manager, scrum master, release train engineer, sometimes program manager, so program project, senior project manager. There's sometimes, so they're mostly on the same level. And in terms of pay, the salary would be over 50K. So if your salary is not over 50K, you're not senior. So what happens is then there's a dilemma. So if you're earning over 50K, there is the likelihood for you to be reluctant to move to other organizations, because you've established yourself in your organization and you're just reluctant to go and start all over again. So that happens. And even when you go to start all over, you're thinking, or if you're smart project management professionals will be thinking, so if I move into another organization, let's say my salary is 70K, and I'll be moving to an organization that will pay me 75K. Is that worth it? Is that 5K worth the stress I will go through to start establishing myself? Because in an organization where you're established, there's you don't have to put in a lot of effort to influence people, because they know you've built your brand, and you're saying things once that people are agreeing with you. But if you move into another organization, you'll have to start from where is this guy coming from? This is how we've been doing things. You have to deal with all that. Sometimes it's exciting, it gives that adrenaline, but sometimes it's not just worth it. So we think about, do I just stay where I am just now, or do I move? There is another challenge. When people get stuck, there is the option of going contract. So a lot of people go contract at the start of their project management career. While it's a good way to build financial stability, let me put it that way, or it's a good way to make a lot of money at the start. But if you have 1 or 2 years project management experience, and there's someone that has 10 years project management experience, and both of you work in the same organization as contractors, if you have just 1 or 2 years experience, if they want to lay someone off, you're the one that they will let go. So do the best, make the best of that opportunity, and do something smart with the money that you're earning in that 6 months or 1 year or 2 years. Because someone that has 10 years experience and is good, so people can have 10 years experience doing the same thing and they've not really learned. The attitude might not be there. So I'm talking good project management professional that has 10 years experience. They're top notch. Organizations will retain them as compared to someone that has just a few years experience and the attitude is not that. So contracting could be an option. However, it will be better if you get more established before you go into contracting. So I hope that kind of helped people understand how things could go. So there are a number of routes and ways people could approach things. And yeah, let me leave you there for today. There's so much to talk about. I'll see you on the other side. Cheers. Bye-bye.